What's good, y'all? So the synopsis reads as follows, and the episode was episode 9 from season 5, entitled The Sunshine. Ruth realizes her secret has been proven true. Lacy is pushed over the edge when reporters enter the compound, and Dikahn's rage has shocking consequences. Before we dive in, y'all, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe this recap, okay? So we find out that Ruth is definitely, without a doubt, pregnant. She is definitely carrying the seed of the highest as we know it, and everyone is excited. But not River. River is big mad at this point, y'all. His plan has failed. He thought that he could, take Ruth out by finding out that she wasn't really pregnant. But then he receives a phone call from Desiree, and she's saying that I have some news people that want to come in and do a story on the highest. And then, by the way, y'all, we also find out that Desiree has found the body of Malcolm. So Malcolm Green is officially unalived. They found the remains. Then they're outside putting this whole plan together. Coolidge is going to go in as someone by the name of Leroy, and they're definitely going to send Mariah in. But there's no code word to get out. And the highest is making this announcement that the news people are coming through. They're going to, interview him as well as take a look at the peace and harmony on the Ruthless compound. But Dikahn pulls up on the highest and says, this is not a good idea. I just don't trust that things are going to be the way that you think they are. Unfortunately, Dikahn no longer has the highest's ear, the Dikahn Anthony. Of course, again, they're outside just discussing what the plan is, what they're going to do, what they're going to go in. Don't go in there grandstanding. Our girl Lacy is literally out of control. She's flicking off everybody. She's running around the compound, twirling. She's just over it. At this point, she's just over it. And she talks to Zane and lets her know there's no money now. They changed the passcodes on us for the accounts. There's just no money. And of course, Dikahn is supposed to be, in good with Ruth. He's trying to give her some pointers, some hints, but I don't think she's falling for it. And then outside the gate, we see Andrew, and Coolidge sees Andrew as well. And he lets Desiree know, hey, your boy has made his way back to the compound. But then the meeting begins. We meet Ruth with the highest as well as Mariah, and of course River Dikahn River is there. But then there's a moment where Callie, aka Ruby, walks up. She says, my name is Ruby, and that this place basically is our home. This is a place of peace. And she looks weird. She looks strange by the face. It's not the Callie that we first met, the firefighter Callie. She's gone to the Raku. And as the highest is having this conversation with Mariah, this interview, we see the birth mother out in the crowd of children. She's got her purple skirt on. And of course, the highest starts having tears run down his eyes. And of course, Ruth makes the excuse that it's because of allergies, because the government has stopped their medications and all their pills and everything from coming in. So River says, let's just take a break right here, and we're going to continue this interview or this conversation inside, a one-on-one conversation. Of course, we see Lacy. She's picking flowers, but not only is she picking flowers, she's plotting and making her own plan to go and talk to Mariah, to give Mariah a story. But Dikahn sees her, and he basically ends up ushering her away, taking her over to the punishment trailer to be guarded, because he does not want her to make the highest look bad. Of course, we still see Andrew. He bumps into the cartel, Lilo's brother, Glitch, and there, he's trying to say, I'm trying to get in too. We can get in together, in a nutshell, you guys. So then, of course, there's an individual tour that Ruth takes Leroy, also known as Coolidge, on, and he's asking all these questions, as a reporter should do, a cameraman should do. What's that building? What's that building? Dikahn Anthony is like, you don't need to know what that building is. So we see our girl Lacy. Like I said, she is locked up again in the punishment trailer because Dikahn does not want her to reveal any secrets of the Raku or of the highest. This one-on-one conversation was kind of intriguing to me because the highest kept comparing himself to Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, like everybody other than who he really is. And of course, they are there. Desiree and Callie outside, they're paying attention. Then Lacy is able to entice Manny. Now, Aunt Manny is such a dirtbag, but she's able to entice him to get some. And of course, you got George and Lewis are there, and he's like, turn your head. But she pulls a fast one on him. She pulls a fast one on Manny and she pops him in his sack, which is supposed to be still messed up, but okay. And she ends up taking his blicky and pointed it at him. And she's able to free herself from out of this punishment trailer. And she is about to be on a rampage. She said, I tried to be good, but they keep hurting me. And again, the highest looks at the camera and he's inviting people. You are okay. You are here. You can be here with us. Come join the Raku. And Leon, he was like, nah, I'm good. I'll think about it, because of course they've invited him. Nah, I'm good. I'll think about it when I get home. He does not know how to turn this camera light down, so Mariah has to do that for him. But he's looking suspicious. But then, like I said, we see Dikahn. He snatched up Lacy, and he is literally trying to beat the Raku into her. He is trying to take her out, applying pressure to her throat, as y'all can see. And thankfully, Zane rolls up and pops him over the head with a big old rock. And Dikahn is laid out. At this point, Lacy has literally just given up hope. And Zane keeps trying to tell her that, keep that sunshine, be that sunshine. But Lacy has lost all hope. Again, she is just completely over it. Then we're going to see where the interview is complete. Mariah as well as Leon at Alias are walking out of the compound. Ruth is telling River how she thinks he wants to be the highest. And yeah, he's trying to take the highest place, no doubt. And when they hear this alarm go off, that means there's about to be a mass meeting, a group meeting. And this is Andrew's way of getting onto the compound. But then walking back around, we see our girl Lacy, and she has this thing of gasoline in her hands. And then she begins, y'all, to pour the gasoline on her body. Of course, Mariah says, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. And she literally pours this thing of gasoline on herself, says, I'll show you the Raku. We're going to have our girl Zay in the background, who begins to scream because this is her friend. Her friend is literally about to take herself out. This is not what it meant when I said for you to go talk to the camera people. This is not what I meant, Lacy. And so she sets herself on fire, y'all. And Lacy has literally gone to the Raku. There's a moment of grief and sadness for a lot of people, including Ruth. Ruth is stunned at the fact that Lacy has done this to herself. Of course, the highest has this stoic look on his face, but he's shocked. And unfortunately, y'all, Lacy doesn't make it. She doesn't make it to episode 10. This whole scene, y'all, all I'll say was just absolutely crazy. But then the highest tells Leon and Mariah, y'all, he sends Peter to take them to the kitchen. Have them go take them to the kitchen. They're not leaving at this time. And so now they're basically kind of being held hostage without being held hostage on the Rakadushi compound, but they can't leave. And Dikahn Anthony walks up to the highest. This was a bad idea. I told you this was a bad idea. He's literally scolding the highest in front of everybody, which was a very bad move. He says that there are 3 snakes surrounding you. He calls out River, he calls out Ruth, and then he calls out Obadiah. And this is a very bad move. Our girl Zane, hopefully she, is going to be okay. I don't know. I really don't know. Zane is distraught. But then we see the body, you guys, and my voice has just gotten elevated. But we see the body and the dismembered head of Dikahn. And the question is, who the hell took out Dikahn? We have no idea who took out Dikahn. But with that being said, thank you guys for tapping in, tuning in to the episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, episode 9, entitled The Sunshine. Make sure you guys return for the recap of episode 10. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Stay ruthless.